Hello there. I'm Wendelin Davis, certified life coach, health coach, and mind coach who specializes in weight loss and helping you create healthy habits. In this video, we're going to talk about action creates change and how planning is the key to getting the results you want. All the things that we need to be doing can sometimes be overwhelming. We know we should be exercising or meal planning or doing this with our time or doing that. But sometimes it's just hard to figure out. And so we never start. So here's what you can do to help you get started and create that change that you want. All right. So first, though, here's a little bit of information about our brain. The human brain doesn't usually understand and tolerate the amount of things that we have on our plate accurately, which is why writing down lists and planning our time is valuable. Our brain is not intended to be that to-do list keeper. So one of the things that you need to start doing is making sure you've got that list of things that you want to be doing, that you need to be doing. And so here's like a weekly planning calendar that can be a tool to help you see how you are using your time. So here's a question you can be asking yourself. What are you doing with your time daily? And it would be fun to just track it and see, what are you doing with your time? Because a lot of times we don't think we have time to start anything. We don't have time to exercise. We don't have time to meal prep. We don't have time for self-care. But if you really look at how you're spending your time, is that true? And a lot of times we find that we do have time for ourselves, but it's a matter of choosing what matters most, choosing and figuring out when we can do something that we want to do and showing up for ourselves. Okay. So with your time and the things that you're doing, also ask yourself, is this taking me in the direction I want to go? So first, you're becoming aware of your time and what you're doing with it. You've downloaded on a piece of paper or something like that, or doing this, filling in your week of how you spend your time. And then you're checking in, wait, is this what I want to be doing in my time? Is this taking me in the direction that I want to be going? Okay. So then you can make a list of things that you want to be doing, knowing that everything on your calendar, everything on your to-do list is a choice. And that really helps us in getting our power and being able to do what we want. Because really anything we do with our time is a choice. We don't have to do anything. So there's power in those words of telling ourselves, oh, but I have to do this. Just realize, no, you don't have to, that you choose to do that. And then that helps us choose what matters most. So you want to plan roughly around 30 minutes once a week to look at your schedule. So you've got your to-do list, and then you want to put in what is kind of like the rocks on your schedule. This is when I go to work. This is when I have this doctor's appointment. So you're putting in the set things first, and then you look at your to-do list on the side, and then you can plug in those things in the empty spots. But on your to-do list needs to be something for you, right? So choose exercise or meal prep. And we want to start just one thing at a time and get really good at it and then move on to the next thing. So let's say exercise. You're trying to figure out the time to exercise. And it's viewing this as, wait, I'm going to figure out what works for me. And let's see, I can do 20 minutes here and 30 minutes here and 15 minutes here. Something is better than nothing. And you're plugging it in, right? So write it down on your calendar and then treat it as if it's an appointment. So just like you show up for your doctor appointment, your dentist, your work, show up for yourself, show up to exercise. And when your brain says, oh, I'm too tired, I'm not in the mood to exercise, you're just like, oh, but I said I would. And so it's only 15 minutes. I can totally do this. And I promise once you start, at the end, you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm so glad I did that. So that's how you're taking an action step. And slowly that's starting to create the change because you are planning what you can do with your time. So then you just work through your calendar. I like once a week, I put in those rocks, and then nightly, I'm going to like, okay, what is it for sure that I need to do the next day? And that really helps because there are days when my brain doesn't want to do things on the calendar, on the schedule. And I'm just like, oh, but this is what we agreed to, and this is what we need to do. And so we're going to do it. So that also helps overwhelm. My brain likes to think of a lot of things to do, and it overestimates what I can do in a day. If I do not do the math and see how many hours are in the day, and if that's in alignment with all the things that my brain thinks I need to do, then I'm going to go to overwhelm and I'm not going to get anything done. Okay. So this is a great tool to keep you out of overwhelm as well, to become aware of what you're doing with your time. And then is it in alignment with what your top 3 priorities are? So be clear on what it is you want and know that you have a choice with what you're putting on your schedule and what you're doing with your time. Okay, so planning gives you freedom and keeps you out of overwhelm. And when you choose you, everything else falls into place. Over here is what I call choice point. So whatever it is you're doing with your time, you have a choice. And it's learning that we can be in charge of our time. That's so powerful. So on autopilot, time kind of controls us, where it's like, oh, I never have enough time to do all the things I want to do. And then we don't get the things done that matter most. And we're letting things outside of us control our time. And we're not making time for ourselves. Or we're saying, I don't know what to do with I don't know. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to do this. Okay, that keeps us stuck. Over here, becoming your time's boss, you're figuring things out. You're doing some kind of schedule on your phone or a piece of paper. It's an experiment to figure out how you can plan time to do these things that you want to do, to become the better version of you, to become healthy, right? So over here, you're telling yourself, oh, I totally figure things out. And you're planning time for you and you show up. So you're planning time for what matters most. So it used to be, I would tell myself, I never have time to do all the things I want. Now I tell myself, I have time to do what matters most. And every single day, I'm telling myself, I figure things out. And some days it's just like, I don't know how, but I'm totally going to figure things out today. And then I show up with motivation. I show up with determination. And that also is on the schedule here. I put main emotion and thought. So what's the main emotion you want to feel throughout your day? And what's the thought? So for example, my main emotion is I'm determined. And what's my thought? I'm going to figure things out. Versus confusion and I don't know what to do, or overwhelm and I never have enough time. So your thoughts are what's driving you on mastering your time and planning for you to get the results you want. Or your thoughts are driving you on autopilot, where you keep doing the same thing over and over and not getting the results you want. So here's some information that can help you move forward in reaching the goals that you have for yourself, that can help you be successful with whatever you have in life, because you've got it in you and you can do it. All righty, you got this. Bye.